I really thought I would have loved. I really thought I was going to like Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel, if not love it. Sadly, I have played it on camera and off camera, and where to start? Well, I pre-registered for Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel. And when I started Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel, I thought it was gonna be unique, and unique it is. But it's really nothing all that. It's not spectacular. So, why don't I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel? Well, don't get me wrong, I understand that Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel is in the infancy stage. And I hope Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel does get better. I'm going to start with what I liked about my time with Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel. What I liked is that every single monster in the game has its own animation, which I find I find every how to put this? I find it very incredible that every single monster has their own summoning animation. Another thing I like is you have all of the Yu-Gi-Oh series. So so the original, which was Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. Then you have Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, then Zexal, Arc 5, then Vrains. What I also like is that you can use, like, your deck doesn't consist of just one series of cards. However, with that being said, and I also like the voice lines and the partners that you get to choose from. Your beginning being Seto Kaiba. However, the good that I found doesn't outweigh the bad. And oh boy, let's jump right into the bad, because there is quite a bit. So, what I don't like about Cross Duel is a little difficult. Although I like the voice lines and I like the partners, if your gameplay's not good, it's not good. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duels gameplay, it's not good. This is just my opinion, but the gameplay isn't good in the slightest. This is auto chess, just with a Yu-Gi-Oh! Flavor. There is challenge. Don't get me wrong. It's a player versus player versus player versus player. It's a competitive 4 duelist duel, but that's all it is. There aren't that many modes, which the modes consist of tag, which is the solo, raid, which is where you and 3 other players go up against a raid boss. There is ranked, which is where you have ranked duels. And you have casual duels, which aren't ranked. So the game for me got very old, got very stale after I tried all the modes. Never went into a casual match. But if it was just that, I would say, okay, it's fixable. Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel does not follow the rules of Yu-Gi-Oh! At all. It was very frustrating for me to summon let's just go Speed Warrior, for example, and not being able to use its attack boost effect, because it gets 1,000. It gets boosted by 1,000, but here's how Cross Duel works. Why Konami decided to go this direction, I don't know. It's a gacha game. I don't like gacha games. I never have. But the way this works is that every single, well, I can't say every single card, but every single monster has its own skill tree. And there is tutorials, but for me, I did the tutorials and then I forgot. So I don't like the gacha aspect of it. I especially don't like the fact that unlike regular Yu-Gi-Oh where, let's say you build your deck around Blue Eyes White Dragon and you're in a pinch and you need the Blue Eyes White Dragon to get you out of said pinch. That's your ace. Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel, your ace is always in your hand. There's always pinches, don't get me wrong. But there's really no challenge in getting your ace monster. For my ace, I went for Red Dragon Archfiend, which, now that I think about it, since your first partner is Kaiba, I probably should have went with Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is what took me out of Cross Duel, and and again, I understand that Cross Duel is in its infancy, which I don't expect a perfect game being in its infancy. I understand that Konami has things they need to polish and everything like that. But I ran into a lot of crashes and a lot of waiting. In fact, I kid you not, there were times where I would go into a ranked match and have to wait about 3 to 4 minutes, and then there are monsters that are on my side of the field that I never summoned, but they summoned it, and that's when I said, I'm done. I can handle losing. I've lost in Yu-Gi-Oh! Many, many, many times. I've played the physical card game. I've played virtual simulators. But the thing that separated Cross Duel out from those is it didn't feel like Yu-Gi-Oh! To me. And I found the game to be pretty boring. So, I really thought I was going to like this, but I just did not. Now, and you're talking, and I've uninstalled this and reinstalled it to try to give it some more shots, and it still wasn't doing it for me. But I am Hardcore Christopher. I am currently exercising right now on my granny's exercise bike, and if you would like to be a member of our community, hit the subscribe button down below. And make sure you ring the bell and click all for every time I upload a video. If you don't, it's okay. I still respect you. At the end of the day, I'm just glad that you chose to spend a little of your time here with me. Keep it hardcore, everyone.